Namaskar. On this very special day of Guru Purnima, Hindus all over the world are committed to taking time to reflect upon their lives and, in particular, to appreciate those in their lives who have been instrumental in guiding them towards success in any aspect, whether materialistic or spiritual success. We all, in our day to day lives, need someone other than mother and father to guide us, to listen to our challenges, to appreciate our conditions, and to help us to manage the next step we take in life that will lead us to success in any endeavor. The concept of guru, the word itself, guru, gu means darkness, ru means life, alludes to this reality that not knowing to knowing, not understanding to understanding, rising to the level of expanding one's knowledge base, expanding one's paradigm to be able to do things better. There is an old saying that says, if I continue to do the same thing the same way, I will get the same results. If I want different results, then I have to change. And the guru concept is supporting the concept that change is constant in this world. Let us take a moment to look upon external from the self, our government organizations, our business organizations, our school, our learning process. All of these requires a structured approach and guidance. All of these require someone that we immortalize in a sense of saying, this person knows, this person I accept, this person I believe, this person I trust. Guru encapsulates all of these things, and trust, understanding, and appreciation are some of the foundations that one has between a guru and Sishya relationship, that is the godfather and the godchild relationship. On this occasion, we celebrate that relationship. We celebrate this concept by not only saying that I've been a good godchild, or that I have a good godfather, or that from the Hindu tradition I've gone to my godfather, I've offered my pranams, I've touched his feet, I've given him a dakshina, I've given him a siddha, and feel, wow, I have the guru-sishya relationship on the cover. No. The guru-sishya relationship is one that is an ongoing reality. It is whereby, from day to day, every moment of our lives, we make decisions. From the time we open our eyes in the morning, we have to decide, should I get out of bed, should I stay in bed? Should I go to work, should I not go to work? Should I meet this person, should I not meet this person? In every decision-making process, we need guidance. Sometimes our intellect is our guidance, but our intellect is guided by that which we know from the past. Our intellect is guided from the values we have nurtured from the past, the teachings we have received from the past, and all of that that we have amassed over since birth to that moment. As such, that is in our intellect and is nurtured by our emotional state. The guru concept is to be there to help us at times when we are in a moment of darkness, when we are in a moment of not understanding, not sure, not confident. And to every human being, that could happen every day in our lives. Such, the guru must be a person that is accessible to the Sishya. And the guru must be a person that is available without cost. That we must not see, oh, if I talk to my guru, I have to pay him a fee. Like if I go to my doctor, I have to pay a fee. No. The guru must be that selfless individual who is giving of their knowledge and inspiration and value concepts without an expectation for some materialistic return. The Sishya, the godchild, on the other hand, must realize that the value of that information, that knowledge, that enlightened state is not to be materialized in saying, this guru is worth this much dakshina, or this guru is worth so much siddha. The guru is worth the respect and reverence and every appreciation I have in my heart. So today, on this very special day, I send this message out to everyone who is a Hindu, but beyond the Hindu community, to the interfaith community, that every one of us have a structure whereby the Sishya, the student, needs guidance from the mother and father, from the parish priest, from the imam, from the mulvi, from the pandit, from the swami, wherever this guidance comes from. On this day, we celebrate and give thanks to God, to bless our gurus, to bless our teachers, to bless those who have nurtured our knowledge from the beginning of our lives and who will continue to nurture our knowledge until the end of time. to bless the ancient rishis and munis for the gift they have given us of all the great scriptures and values that are encapsulated within those scriptures, and to bless our current government, wherever that country may exist in, that they have the wisdom to be guided by gurus. Not, in a sense, the gurus of economics, the gurus of financing, the gurus of good infrastructure. All of these are people who give guidance. And from time to time, we have to revert to them, and we must give them the respect and honor that is deserving of such positions. Today, I want to say to those who I've known personally, take the time to be thankful to your guru. Take the time to reflect and appreciate all that you've gathered from this interaction with a guru, and at the same time, be thankful for God's gift to your life, to your existence, and all your abilities. I close with Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. Jai Gurudev.